am Armand Cameron, and this is the Conduit. Happy Friday, everyone. And it's early in the morning. You know, I'm usually coming to you late, but it's Friday. It's a beautiful day. 6:56 a.m. 3 degrees, Kitsap County. Why am I on so early? I tell you what, I got a pleasant surprise. My sister-in-law, Brittany Cameron, shout out to her, sent me a message and said, hey, my husband, my brother, is graduating today. He's in Oklahoma. And his graduation begins in 3 minutes. After graduation, he's being shipped out to his next place for training for 7 more weeks. Then we'll finally be united. So congratulations to my brother, Michael Cameron. The live graduation ceremony. The event will begin shortly as he graduates from Fort Sill C119 FA. Bravo Charlie Tango graduation. So we'll wait for it to start. I'm going to broadcast this from many family and friends. They may not know about it, but they'll always be able to check it out later. So as we wait for that to go ahead and get going, you know, it's been a tremendously long week, I must say. Lots of challenges. I have spoke before about how busy it's been. You know, something that people may not know is, you know, I have served as an advisor in many capacities, you know, either for the Navy and their personnel, for students at the college, for friends, family, and whatnot. And so I still serve in that role, you know, for folks that come into G2, folks that are on the staff, the board, whatnot. And, you know, it can be a challenge to find the time to have conversations with people when they need it. Because, again, we're all doing the work and, you know, people are on all these different schedules. I'm tremendously busy. You know, I keep some interesting hours, and so do many other people. Let's go ahead and tune in. And so do many other people. And so as such, you know, there are times when, you know, it could be odd times when that person needs counsel or just someone to speak with or talk to. And so that's happened quite a bit this week, and obviously well needed. You know, people go through things all the time. Then when you put a pandemic and everything else that's going on in the world, you know, folks, you know, their need to speak to someone can increase exponentially for sure. And so, you know, I'm glad to serve in that position.
Welcome to the Shirley Battery 1st Battalion 19th Field Artillery Basic Combat Training Class 2921 graduation ceremony. Today marks the successful completion of the demanding requirements of 10 weeks of rigorous Army basic combat training for these soldiers.
Battery! No! Attention! Get online!
All right, Michael.
Infantry forward! Move! At double overload, dress right, turn.
Definitely proud of my brother Michael. Glad to see that he is finding his way. Awesome. My dad would be proud.
Ready, move. Report.
That
Yes,
could be
sir.
my brother.
Warlords. Very nice soldiers ready to graduate. That's what defense.
Second row over, right behind the drill sergeant.
Drill sergeant, second platoon. Regulators. 4-4 soldiers ready to graduate. That's full defense. Juliet. Drill sergeant, drill platoon. Reapers. 4-4 soldiers ready to graduate. That's full defense. Juliet. 4-4 platoon. Reapers. Soldiers ready to graduate. This is defense. Juliet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation and the praying of the national anthem. The invocation will be given by the 1st Battalion, 19th Field Artillery Chaplain, Chaplain Lanigan.
Let us pray. Our most holy God, we thank you on this glorious day for the momentous occasion for which we are gathered here, the graduation of these trainees from basic combat training. Today, in their graduation, will you seal this victory to them, to carry as a trophy into the future a reminder that endowed with strength from above, they can overcome all obstacles and tribulations that may come. And now, Lord, as you grace us with your presence here, bless the 1st and 19th Field Artillery Battalion, the 434 Field Artillery Brigade, the Fire Centers of Excellence, and Fort Sill, and bless the United States of America through these soldiers as they go forth to defend her. Amen.
Right.
Reset!
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
The Soldier's Creed!
I'm an American soldier! I'm a warrior and a member of a team! I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values! I will always place the mission first! I will never accept defeat! I will never quit! I will never leave a fallen comrade! I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough, trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I will always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself. I am an expert and I am a professional. I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat. I am the guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am an
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the commander of Charlie Battery, 1st Battalion, 19th Field Artillery, Captain Tyler Smith.
Definitely be my first boot camp graduation.
Good morning, Colonel Overby, Lieutenant Colonel Larson, Commanding Sergeant Major Rodriguez, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Captain Smith, and I am an American soldier. On behalf of the Fort Sill Command Team, welcome to the Fort Sill, the 434 Field Artillery Brigade, and the Charlie Battery, 1st Battalion, 19th Field Artillery graduation ceremony. Thank you all for joining us today as we commemorate the accomplishments of your warriors and our newest American soldiers. Before we continue to move forward in celebration of the Army's next generation, we must take time to honor those who served before us. On behalf of the 434 Field Artillery Brigade team, we would like to thank all the veterans for your service to our country. 10 weeks ago, these 169 warriors standing before you left home, many for the first time, to become part of something bigger than themselves. Although they arrived as individuals, they are leaving as members of a time-honored team. They have worked and succeeded in every task that was put before them, because failure was not an option. As I tell you, it takes more than boots and a uniform to make an American soldier. They've been instilled with the fundamentals of discipline and have embodied the core Army values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. These fundamentals and values are acquired and put into practice every day through tough, realistic, and safe training. You may have already heard the stories about the sting of the gas chamber, the nervousness of throwing a lock hand grenade, and the pride of passing the final Army combat fitness test. These stories are just small representations of the overall experience. In just over 67 days, they have trained on their primary weapon system, foot marched more than 60 miles, learned how to perform life-saving measures, and experience the beautiful, ever-changing weather of Oklahoma. Every training event is a building block towards forming a foundation of skills these soldiers will use every day in life and in combat. They have shaped these skills by training like their lives depend on it, and the lives of their battle buddies depend on it. Furthermore, they understand that the soldier's creed and the warrior's ethos are not just words to memorize, but words the American soldier live by. These soldiers have met every challenge head-on and succeeded due in large part to the positive leadership and demanding environment created by our Army's finest non-commissioned officers. These outstanding coaches, mentors, and role models taught your soldiers the true meaning of discipline and teamwork. The drill sergeant's professionalism, competence, and dedication to standards have made a lifelong impression on your soldiers. Most importantly, these soldiers would not be here today if not for the undying love and support of their family and friends. I applaud you all and ask that you continue to support your soldiers throughout their military career. They became American soldiers for you, their family, and friends. Soldiers of Charlie Battery, I extend my gratitude to you for the sacrifices you have made to become an American soldier in time of war. By taking this courageous step in a dangerous time in our nation's history, you have truly set yourself apart from our fellow citizens as defenders of freedom and the American way of life. You are all well trained, you are all mentally, physically, and emotionally tough, and I would be honored to lead each and every one of you on today's battlefield. Godspeed and good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for our newest American soldiers. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker. He is a former 434 Brigade Commander and is the current Carter Center of Excellence Chief of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colonel Lee Overby.
Those of you that have gone through boot camp or have family or friends, boot camp.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Be pretty tough.
It's really exciting to be back here again after commanding this brigade a couple of years ago. So Lieutenant Colonel Larson and Commander Sergeant Rodriguez, great to see you again. Again, just excited to be back here. Distinguished guests, family members, friends, and most importantly, the soldiers of Charlie Battery, Cobra Strike. Good morning. Captain Smith, First Sergeant Veracruz, thank you for allowing me the privilege to address these outstanding soldiers and their families as we celebrate their individual and collective achievements today. To the graduates of Class 2921, my sincerest congratulations on a job well
All right. Well, they're streaming this live.
done. I know many of you have been here for a number of weeks.
So they may have some issues from time to
The
time.
overwhelming majority of you have just endured like
So do what we can, and we'll let them
by looking at this impressive collection of
go ahead and get themselves together there a little bit, and let this gentleman, who's their keynote speaker, kind of get through his speech. I'll turn it back on if their feed becomes stable, right? I mean, that's how it is with live feeds. But again, this is the graduation of my little brother down in Oklahoma, Fort Sill. He is just finishing boot camp. His wife is super excited. She's going to get a chance to talk to him later. So I'm hoping to have a chance to speak with him and congratulate him. If I don't, Brother Michael, definitely proud of you. You've definitely come a long way. You've always been full of potential and opportunity, and it's good to see that you are realizing that. Man, wow. I mean, it's listening to the credo or whatever it is that they were reciting about, the integrity and defending the country and whatnot. I know that they take that very seriously, and for him to make that decision and then get through boot camp is a big deal. So, definitely want to acknowledge that. Let you know that the Cameron family is with you for sure in spirit. We weren't there walking those miles, doing those push-ups, and having those people spitting in your face, yelling at you, trying to break you down to build you back up. But, because I wouldn't be able to do it. So, man, definitely proud of you. Michael Cameron, everyone, going through his graduation for boot camp. I don't know much about the Army because we're all Navy out here, but he is C-119, Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Charlie Tango. And from what it sounded like, he was like front lines. So it'll be interesting to talk with him and find out exactly what he will be doing. But just listening to it sounded like he was like in the mix, in the dirt. So we'll definitely pray for him and hope, for his safety. Looking like it's stabilizing a little bit on their end. So let's go on back in.
And creatively. Train leaders to know and value their subordinates and their families. When I enlisted in the Texas Army National Guard back in 1991, I know that's a long time ago for some of you, several friends of mine told me before departing for basic training at Fort McClellan, Alabama, that I should never volunteer for anything in the Army. That still stands as one of the worst pieces of advice I've ever received. I will tell you, soldiers on the field, volunteer for everything, no matter how painful or mundane it may seem. Whether it's volunteering for a Soldier of the Month board, assuming someone else's duty on last-minute notice, visiting our brothers and sisters in arms at the Veterans Administration, or performing community service, you are doing much, much more than it appears.
Man, I love that. I love that statement. I think we need to adopt that more as civilians. I love that statement there. And I hate that they're having their internet issues.
Attending basic training all those years ago, I must have heard Drill Sergeant Varner
right at that time. I think that's really a powerful statement, especially as we go through these things in the world. And as I've been, talking about, folks, really coming together and finding ways to collaborate toward the end of this year and into this year. It's been great to see here in Kitsap County. I think it's been definitely powerful. There's a lot of momentum. And just, folks have a feel like they got a different spirit, a little different pep in their step in terms of finding spaces to work with each other. So I love that, right? You know, don't turn it down. Almost like seek it out. You know, volunteer, get involved, make a difference. And if everyone encompassed that uh, philosophy, I think, yeah, absolutely, we'd be better off.
I challenge.
So their live feed is having some issues there. I definitely want to hear what he has to say whenever we can get in there, because I think it is important, the words that are being spoken. So I think it's definitely a nice glimpse into what the value set is from graduating class from boot camp, and why that institution has been so successful for so long. Right, we are the most powerful military on the planet, as far as I know, many times over. And so, how do you take a regular individual and build them and bring them part into a unit, so that 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 machine can operate at that level? So again, I apologize for the choppiness, but they are having some issues on their side with the live broadcast.
Of recognizing superior performance, awards will be
but it is important that he has that support.
The distinguished honor.
I believe there may be a rebroadcast of this later. I will share that out.
Throughout the training cycle. This cycle's distinguished honor graduate is Specialist Paul Schaefer from Toledo, Ohio. The Basic Rifle Marksmanship Award is presented to the soldier that achieves the highest score during live fire qualification with the M4 rifle. This cycle's recipient scored 33 of 40 hits. The Marksmanship Award is presented to Private First Class Zachary Chafin from Beckley, West Virginia.
Probably no joke.
The Physical Fitness Award is presented to the soldier who achieved the highest score on the final Army Combat Fitness test. This cycle's recipient scored 540 of 600 possible points. This award is presented to Private Helen Hogan from Conroe, Texas. An act of heroism by Private Louis Burks, Battery A, 19th Field Artillery Regiment, on the night of 18 August 1918, gave the regiment its motto, Per Scintillum Flamma, through the spark, the flame. The 1st Battalion fired over 2,000 artillery rounds, attempting to capture the village of Portella in Hill 415. Disregarding personal safety, Private Burks took the station without aiming points.
All right. Sounds like something pretty serious happened for this next awardee.
Showed on that.
So they're being singled out for different awards that they've earned. Wow. Now that marksman, what was it? What he missed, like 8 targets. So that's pretty impressive. You are watching, for those that are just coming in, the graduation of boot camp from my little brother, Michael Cameron. We are definitely proud of him. As you know, we can't be there with him. He is going to be, or he's the graduating class down in Fort Sill. He is in Oklahoma right now. And so we want to support him. We are super proud of him. As you know, joining the armed forces is a serious and big decision, especially for, Michael's not young. Michael's not, 18 or 19. Michael is quite a bit older. Just had a baby with his wife and has made this decision. So, this definitely was very important to him.
Not be here if not for the efforts of the battery.
So, as I said, we're tremendously proud of him. So we wanted to be able to bring this to family and friends, to show our love and support.
The Conduit of Charlie Battery.
They have some buffering issues on their side.
Identified by their distinctive headgear are the drill sergeants. These dedicated non-commissioned officers are the backbone of the Army and the central focus of the 434 Field Artillery Brigade mission. Selected on the basis of professional competence, leadership ability, and years of service. These men and women undergo intensive training to earn the right to wear their distinctive campaign hat and insignia. With the drill sergeant hat goes the important responsibility of molding civilian men and women into soldiers. Please join me in a round of applause for the drill sergeants of Charlie Battery.
Folks that make the men and the women probably hated but respected.
At this time, Captain Smith will come forward to present the Drill Sergeant Disciple Award. The Drill Sergeant of the Cycle Award is presented to the drill sergeant who has best displayed the qualities of leadership and devotion to duty during the training cycle. This award is presented to Drill Sergeant Archer from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. In recognition of his performance, Drill Sergeant Archer will receive an Army Achievement Medal and the Drill Sergeant of the Cycle Trophy.
Thomas Charlie!
At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Larson and Sergeant Major Rodriguez, on behalf of the 434th Brigade Command's team, are presenting Drill Sergeant Archer with the 434th Field Artillery Brigade Point for Excellence.
To have folks maybe type their experience in the chat with boot camp. They took away from that. May have changed them, shaped them into.
Drill sergeants follow a set of fundamental beliefs that guide them in training soldiers. The principles are set forth in the Drill Sergeant Creed.
I am a drill sergeant. I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a highly motivated, well-disciplined, physically and mentally fit soldier capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. I will instill pride in all I trade, pride in self, in the Army, and in country. I will insist that each soldier meets and maintains the Army standards of military bearing and courtesy, consistent with the highest traditions of the U.S. Army. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task which I would not do myself. But first, last, and always, I am an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I am a drill sergeant.
Ladies and gentlemen, an American soldier's first act is to swear to defend our Constitution. Just as the Constitution of the United States is a cornerstone of our free society, the soldier's oath is the backbone of the Army's commitment to preserving it.
Order.
Okay.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
To support and defend.
to support and defend
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Army Song.
All right, Navy guys. Now, don't give them a hard time out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony.
Out from the right, forward, left, left, left. Everywhere I go,
Everywhere I go, there's a drill sergeant there. Everywhere I go, there's a drill sergeant there. Drill sergeant, drill sergeant.
Right now.
Why don't you leave me alone? Why don't you let me go home? When I wake out of bed, there's a drill sergeant there. When I get out of bed, there's a drill sergeant there. Drill sergeant, drill sergeant. Why don't you leave me alone? Why don't you let me go home? When I brush my teeth, there's a drill sergeant there. When I brush my teeth, there's a drill sergeant there. Drill sergeant, drill sergeant. Why don't you leave me alone? Why don't you let me go home? When I do PT, there's a drill sergeant there. When I do PT, there's a drill sergeant there. Drill sergeant, drill sergeant. Why don't you leave me alone? Why don't you ever go home? When I need my child, there's a drill sergeant there. When I need my child, there's a drill sergeant there. Drill sergeant, drill sergeant. Why don't you leave me alone? Why don't you let me go home? When I go to bed, there's a drill sergeant there.
All right.
When I go to bed, there's a drill sergeant there. Drill sergeant, drill sergeant. Why don't you leave me alone? Why don't you let me go home? Drill sergeant, drill sergeant.
why don't you leave me alone?
Why don't you leave me alone?
Why don't you ever go home?
Why don't you ever go home?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. Congratulations to all those that have graduated boot camp. Congratulations, Michael Cameron. Wanted to share that with you all. Definitely a proud day for the Cameron family. Shout out to Michael's beautiful wife, Brittany, and their child. Wow, as I said before, Michael is not, 18, 19. He is a lot older. And they just had a child together and were recently married. So, to make that decision to serve the country during this time definitely had to be a decision that had a lot of thought that went along with that. So, I talked about, his maturity and his growth over time. Dad would be so proud. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's really awesome. So thank you for joining us today. This is a special episode of the Conduit. Boy, a little choked up there. All right, Michael, love you. Congratulations. I will talk to you later today. I will see y'all tonight. Deja Green is our interview. So I hope you will join us 6:30 p.m. Have a good Friday. I'll see you soon.